What's up everyone? So today's video is gonna be fitness YouTubers. In every fitness channel, in the comment section, it always seems to be a huge discussion about whether they are natural or not. Leo's here with me today. He doesn't follow any fitness YouTubers at all. So I'm gonna show him pictures of the top fitness YouTubers and tell us what comes to mind when he sees them. So if one of the YouTubers I talk about is watching this video and I say that you look like you're on steroids and you're not, then just take it as a compliment. So the first one is Cali Muscle. He is, last time I checked, he claimed natural, and he can do muscle ups, he can do the human flags.
Is that a real picture? Is it photoshopped?
No, it's actually, it's real. He's
damn.
That's a person right there.
Yeah, no, I guess I would definitely have to say that this guy definitely looks like he's taking something.
I guess this is like the most obvious one, but you know, obviously he's not natural. What about this guy? He's called Rich Piana.
I would say his arm looks like it's twice as wide as his head, so probably not natural.
Now Rich Piana, I like the guy because he admits he talks about his drug use and everything like that, so he's completely transparent, unlike Cali Muscle. Now this guy is also one of the top YouTubers. He's called Bradley Martin.
Shit, yeah, he's definitely really huge.
Yeah, he's exploded on YouTube recently. He's one of the best fitness channels I know of.
He definitely looks like he has the size to be on steroids, but I don't know, he doesn't have the same kind of like weird veins as the other two, like, or at least as Cali Muscle. And his skin doesn't look as like, I don't know, like ripped or stretched or whatever. So I don't know, I can't say for sure. He definitely looks big enough to be like someone on steroids, but he, like, in terms of the veins and everything, I think he looks a little bit more natural.
Even if he were on steroids, just the fact that he doesn't say that he's not is a good thing. Now this guy, a little bit smaller, he competes in physique shows. His name is Steve Cook.
To me that looks like that would be a physique that's attainable naturally for sure.
Yeah.
But obviously I don't know the guy, so I can't say like, oh, yeah, this guy's definitely natural, because you know, we were reading the other day about the fat-free body mass index, how 25 is the limit, but then you have people who are at 22 and are taking steroids, you know.
So this guy, Christian Guzman, probably the smallest out of all of them, but still in really good shape.
Yeah, again, this guy is really like in good shape, great shape. This guy definitely looks like he could be natural.
Yeah, he definitely. Now this guy, he's been around for a long time. He's old school. Chris Jones from Physiques of Greatness.
He definitely looks really big as well.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. This is just my uneducated opinion, but he definitely doesn't seem like he has that like really like tortuous look of the veins. I don't think that's impossible, but
I don't think so either. Okay, now this guy claims that he is lifetime natural on Instagram. Yeah, he competes and he's made several videos saying that he's natural and laughing about accusations. What do you think about this guy?
Okay, so this guy, my first impression is definitely looks like there's something fishy going on, because you know, when you have his pecs are almost like protruding downwards like that. It's kind of like a balloon, you know. And I don't think that looks natural at all, to be honest.
There is absolutely no way that this is a lifetime natural, but whatever. So this guy as well, Jeff Side, he competes in physique like Steve Cook as well. And yeah, definitely a smaller frame, not a huge bodybuilder, more of a fitness model look.
This one is a difficult one. I don't know, like
Keep in mind he's very young as well.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
How young is he?
He probably looked like that when he was like 18 or 19.
If he was 18 like that, then definitely I would say he's taking something, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if he were like 25 or something, maybe, but
I don't know, guys. Yeah, you can be the judge of that. Now this guy, Mike O'Hearn, also known as Mike O'Tren, he claims to be a lifetime natural as well, and often makes videos saying that yeah, how stupid it is for people to think that he's on steroids.
Well, unless this is like the best like natural bodybuilder of all time, I don't understand how the hell
he's not even a bodybuilder.
Then yeah, well, what the hell is this? Like his fat percentage is so low, you can see like every single muscle fiber, like his sartorius, his quadricep muscles, everything is just protruding out of his thigh, and all the veins are like popping out, and that, like I said, my opinion first off would be definitely taking stuff.
So those were just some of the top ones, and we got Leo's neutral first impression. So a lot of these bodybuilders will take tests to prove that they're natural. They'll take blood samples, urine samples and stuff like that to prove that they're lifetime naturals. So obviously you can never, it's impossible to prove that you're a lifetime natural.
Whatever is in your body, whether it's medication or hormones like testosterone or whatever, you know, there is a half-life or a time where the concentration gets halved and keeps getting halved as the body excretes it. So the longer you wait after you take a substance, the smaller the concentration is going to be in your body. So it doesn't matter what it is, you can never prove, okay, let's take a blood sample for, okay, let's see, oh 1996 at 10 p.m. 17th of April you took testosterone. You know, it's not like that. Most drugs you can't like even detect that they're there just a couple of weeks after you've taken them, you know. It doesn't matter whether it's, you know, the testosterone to epitestosterone ratio or if it's the carbon isotope ratio. There's no way to prove that you haven't taken steroids a year back or 2 years back or 3 years back or 10 years back, you know.
I know that a lot of natural competitors, like I know personally that they are using a lot of stuff, and especially growth hormone, which is undetectable by urine samples as well. The new test that everyone keeps throwing out there is a carbon isotope ratio test.
What they do is they have endogenous reference compounds, which is something that you produce in your body like cholesterol, and they check the proportions of carbon 12 to carbon 13 and in the compounds that you produce, and then they compare it to the metabolites of testosterone, so precursors to metabolites to testosterone, and they check, are your hormones, your steroids, are they compatible with your, you know, reference compounds in terms of proportions of C13 versus C12. So if you have a lot less C12 in your testosterone than in, let's say, you know, cholesterol that you're producing in your body, then that kind of points towards that you're taking something from outside.
And everyone is demanding YouTubers to take that test, but that is not going to prove anything, because if it goes over the detection period, it's not going to show up, even though it's the best you know, drug testing system out there.
And that's what's really annoying about like professional sports as well, where they have, you know, they test on like competition and then like after competition, and then the off season sometimes they just don't test at all, which is when most people are actually going to be abusing these substances. The thing about the carbon isotope test that makes it good is that it can detect designer drugs, which, you know, the original testosterone to epitestosterone test couldn't. If you made a tiny little modification to your compound, like adding a double bond or just changing up some of the atoms in the molecule, then they wouldn't be able to detect it, and you're clean, because they couldn't detect it. But the carbon isotope test has the advantage that it can actually detect metabolites and precursors and all that.
There are loads of labs trying to, you know, get around all of this all the time and making new compounds all the time, because the new compounds, even though it's drugs, even though it's extremely effective, it's not illegal because no one knows that it exists. So until it becomes banned, you're free to use it without any consequences.
Yeah, and that's exactly one of the biggest misconceptions people have about medicine or health as well, is, oh, you can take a blood sample and find out if you have cancer. Any type of cancer, you'll find it out on the blood test, and the same thing goes for drugs. The blood tests are extremely specific. You test for one molecule, and if that molecule is there, you'll find it, you know. But there is no such thing as a blood test that can tell you that you have all cancers, or a blood test that can tell you if you're taking any sorts of steroids, because like I said, they just make a tiny modification, and that isn't, you know, in your test. So until you find out what it is that they're using, you can't test for it.
If you're extremely worried about who's natural or not on YouTube, you will never find out. It's impossible unless the YouTube community kind of sets up this YouTube fitness drug administration where, you know, all the fitness YouTubers become members and accept drug testing at random periods of time. You know, you're never gonna find out anything. So my tip is basically just, you know, look at what is realistic and not. You can kind of see, you know, what looks enhanced, what looks natural, and even if that person that looks natural is on steroids, whatever, it is still a possibility that he's natural. So why blame someone for using something if he hasn't been proven wrong? And it doesn't even matter, because you should be only focusing on yourself and bettering yourself, being the best version of yourself, training hard, eating clean, and just progressing in the gym every single time, and not worry about other people, how big their biceps are or how small their calves are or whatever. You just, you know, focus on yourself. No matter how small or how big or whatever, everyone gets accused of steroids. It just seems like people are just using that as an excuse not to try their best to change their body. So don't be one of those guys. Do your best, stay consistent for years, because it does take years, it doesn't come overnight, and you will see for yourself what you can do naturally, because everyone is different as well. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Check out Leo's channel, link will be in the description box below, and as always, I'll see you very soon.
Peace out.